probably lazy, you know, or just snowed in. And so you hire a fucking bunch of dogs to pull you across the continent. And these dogs, man, these are some real wolves. Dogs, wolves, probably a fucking skinny bear with a big nose, you know, all kind of animals. A fucking fox that's on HGH. Who knows what what Mother Nature's serving up there. I mean, Alaska's like the ice box. It's like the freezer section of America of America and the world. Think about it. Remember when you were in the grocery? You in regular sections. You walking around. They got the Ritz crackers. You know, somebody put a thing of pickled cabbages or something. Little, you know, those little what is it called with the Butterfingers? They got those beautiful. I fucking used to fucking eat a Butterfinger right when I get to the grocery, boy. Dude, if I ain't buying this bitch, son, I'm eating it. And I'm hiding a wrapper under a couple cabbages over there by the produce areas. But here's what I'm saying is, remember when you're walking through the grocery, everything's casual. And they got them some more, you know, those, you know, with the little guys that live in the trees. Them Cablerels, boy, them crackers. They got them little crackers. They got the raisins, Raisinets. Some motherfucker came out with Raisinets, dude. You know, a feminist probably couldn't handle raisins just doing their thing because they used to have a little dance team and stuff on television, and somebody came out with Raisinets. And that's some bad bitches in a bag right there. And they ain't fucking around. But anyway, you cruising through, everything's warm, it's comfortable, cozy, and then you get to the freezer section. Dude, you could lose a friend in the fucking freezer section of the grocery. Remember when you were a kid and you walk in and you're like, suddenly your mom opens that thing and it's like, you don't know what's going on. You can't remember who both your parents are. Your eyes don't work that good. Your fucking shoulders turn all red. You get nervous. And just because your mom wants to get a couple of sack of fish sticks. And it's crazy back in there. In the freezer section, man. Anything they got, you know, and you hope it's ice cream, but it's not. Your mom's getting them teriyaki meals over there. Some bullshit fucking, you know, lean Gene Okerlund cuisine. You know, these little 60 calories in it. Look, it's served in the damn half of a fucking space shuttle. The thing just, you know, everything got tzatziki sauce on it. And you're losing your fucking mind, bro. That freezer section make you, dude. I would put on a couple coats before I go into the frozen food area. When you're a kid and you reach over, they used to have that big part with the big turkeys and the chickens in there. That bitch used to be freezing when I was a kid. Now it's like safety precautions and this and that, and you know the dead animals don't even like to be at real cold temperatures because they little bitches. But when I was young, man, them turkeys, that thing was at 4 degrees in there. You reach over there and catch one of them butterball hitters. Dude, I remember I turned it over one time. One of the turkeys had been, you know, it was dead. It was like, man, it's fucking cold. Damn, they serving them up. But the Iditarod is that they put these cold dogs out there and these motherfuckers run to a fire. They put a fire, you know, I mean, it's a 1,000-mile race. So they put a fire 1,000 miles from these dogs. And they so cold, they'll run to that bitch. And there's 52 teams, 14 dogs on each team. Dude, you know I'd be that dog out there at night trying to fuck, boy. Waking up the other dogs. You know what I'm saying? Rolling a little fucking pork cutlet over by a little you know, maybe by a little, you know, a Wamarana or something. Get that bad bitch, you know, they got a couple female German shepherds out there and they into some wild shit. I've seen them on the internet. And I'll fucking roll a pork cutlet over there with my chin and give that bitch that cutlet, you know? And then you know, while she's enjoying that cutlet, I give her that rib, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? That 31st rib, baby, that wiener. But it takes 9 days, apparently. It starts in Willow, Alaska. It finishes in Nome, Alaska. It takes 9 days, $50,000 for the winner. And I bet that's pretty exciting. You know, if I were somebody who was crazy, I would hide some hamburger meat in the snow and watch the whole fucking race go AWOL, son. Do you hide a fucking, one of those water burgers in there? Dude, a dog will go probably at least 200 yards off track for a damn water burger. But that's the Iditarod. It's a special thing. You can wear your snow equipment. It's probably dudes looking for women. I mean, Alaska's the kind of place you'll go 1,000 miles, you know, just because you heard a titty upwind, you know? That's Alaska. You know what I'm saying? They have rumors, even if you hear even a rumor that somebody gave birth to twin girls, you'll drive over just to, drop a gift off for the ladies just in case you meet them 18 years later when everybody's of legal age to date and to talk and to have, gin and tonics. So it's different out there. What else? Steven Spielberg wants to keep Netflix and other streaming platforms from having their films considered for the Oscars. Spielberg has made it clear in the past that he thinks Netflix films qualify only as TV movies fit for Emmy consideration and not as films. You know, this is really interesting because I've thought that a little bit, that Netflix starts to feel kind of stale. It just starts to feel like everything is sort of the same. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you ever see that Cisco truck? They have the Cisco truck. It's always out back of a restaurant, and they got everything in there. Everything from, little, you could get anything you want. Little, veals, little, veal squares or whatever. What else? Grapes, napkins, everything. But you can order it all from this one company. So at a certain point, everything is just from the same place. It all, it all kind of just feels the same a little bit. And I think that way about Netflix sometimes. It kind of loses some of its identity because everything on there, I'm just like, oh, this is just another Netflix movie. It is different. And it feels different. So that's an interesting point, because I've thought that. I'm like, a lot of these movies, it's just like, is that really a movie, or is that just, some fucking long television that they made? I think it doesn't feel like a movie, especially I think maybe to me in my generation, because for movies, for us, they started in the theater. And these movies aren't starting in the theater, and so it's coming to you on your small screen on your computer first. So it probably does have that different vibe. But Netflix, everything just starts to feel like, oh, here's a show, this. For some reason, it all kind of has a little bit of this same film on it. Like it was all just brought over by the same Cisco truck, or it was, you ever get an egg somewhere, or a piece of, you ever get a French fry at a restaurant and they cook it next to the fish or in the same oil? Like you'll have a French fry and you're like, damn, that fry got a little bit of carp in the back of it. Well, that is what I'm talking about. Netflix, everything have that little bit of fish taste in it. So I get that vibe. So I have to agree with Spielberg. I have to agree with Steven Spielberg on that. Some of the complaints are about the streaming services and how much they spend on Oscar marketing campaigns. So they're saying that, oh, these people are just spending all this money on this marketing to get these awards, and then they aren't even, the movies aren't even in theaters where people can see them in that facet. I'll say this too. What a lot of people don't realize is, they put these movies out. They put all these kind of fancy sort of, what I think usually are not even that good of movies out around the Oscars times. I mean, movies have gotten, I think, bad. Like, I felt like when I was younger, a movie was a real deal. It was... Jeepers. Sorry, I'm getting over bronchitis. You know, a movie was just a different thing. It was there was something to it. It was, I don't know, it just felt like it was always going to be good. And now you can make a bad movie, and the company that funded the movie also owns the advertising, you know, the PR companies. So then they have their own company write an article under a different name and put it out and say, hey, this is a great movie, when they know it's not. They don't care. They don't care. What else? What else is going on? Bryce Harper signed a $330 million contract with the Philadelphia Phillies. Can you imagine that money? $330 million. With the, dude, you could buy, can you buy Philadelphia for that? You could at least buy Punxsutawney, PA, and own that little gerbil. Oh, dude, with that much money, yeah. How are you not going to do cocaine? How soon do y'all want this guy doing cocaine? Because you telling me this, Bryce Harper's got $330 million. Dude, there's no way I ain't putting 1 million of that towards the Great White North. You know what I'm saying? That fucking nose Alaska, baby. That I'm fucking that Pablo Escobar, baby. I'd buy a fucking straight up sweet gallon of cocaine. Have anybody ever bought a gallon of cocaine? Because that's what I would be. Yeah, let me get a Glad bag full of cocaine. Also, fill up my fucking hat while you're at it. Just, yeah, oh no, don't fill it today or fill it, put that, you know, give me that mogul, baby. Throw that freaking, that fucking dusty snout chowder on there. Because I'm looking for the Lord, you feel me? I think it's too much money to give someone at once. It doesn't seem safe. So, let's see what happens to him. Bryce Harper, taking that, what I like to call the cocaine challenge. You got $330 million? Dude, I would have a stripper dancing on each shoulder, a really small stripper, you know? So you could just look over like that and smell them tats. You feel me? Smell them fucking milk bungalows, baby. So I'm just, welcome to what I like to call the cocaine challenge, Bryce Harper. You got $330 million? Dude, I'd get my nuts gold plated, boy. When I sat down, you would hear a ding. When I sat in any chair. Like, what was that? Something wrong with the chair? No, something's right with my nuts. I got these 14 karat gonads, bruh. And daddy's ding, ready to do business. So good luck, Bryce Harper. I'm sorry, I'm sniffling. I feel like I've been on the Iditarod. And I'm sorry that I'm sick. I hope you guys aren't sick. I know a lot of people have been going around and getting sick. And if you are getting sick, I'm sorry about that. Now I got to let you guys know about a real hitter. It's that bottom hitter cleanser. It's called Badeligance. 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 It's that natural cleansing foam that brings you the luxury and elegance of a bidet with the convenience of toilet paper. A bidet will wash your butt for you. It's like a French person spitting on your butt. But now Badeligance really has cornered that market. It's that natural cleansing foam. It's better than both dry toilet paper and it's better than wet wipes. It's cost effective. It's anti-inflammatory. It's soothing. It keeps your hands dry. It does not harm the sewer system and it's eco-friendly. Here's an Amazon review from a TPW listener, Marissa. 5 out of 5 stars. Elegance. February 14th, 2019. I purchased this product due to Theo Von recommending this to me on his podcast this past weekend. He said that if I couldn't afford a bidet, that Badeligance would be the next best option. And I can't afford a bidet. Well, I currently rent my residence, and I don't think my landlord or the HOA would be happy with me installing one. That's true. Zoning issues. Plus, my bathroom is tiny, and I would not have anywhere to put it unless I pulled out the shower. That's insane, Marissa. Anyway, I'm cleaner than ever. Thanks, Bud Elegance and Theo Von. And that is a real Amazon review. Wow. Nice to know they got a lady running around clean out there thanks to ya boy and ya Bud Elegance. Bud Elegance is available right now on Amazon.com for 10% off and free shipping. Use promo code 10TheoVon. That's 10, the number 10, Theo Von. For 10% off and free shipping, use 10 Theo Von when you check out and buy Bud Elegance on Amazon.com. And now back to the episode. We had Dane Cook in studio. That was interesting. You know, Dane is an interesting dude, man. I think he just connects with the world differently. I think he's always been like this guy who had a lot to prove to himself, which I can relate to and I can understand, and we all can probably. And I think I think the world is kind of like this, if the world is like this purple, he's kind of like this blue and this red. And he is of the world, but he's different. He just doesn't mix with it as smoothly as others do. It was interesting, he talks about like brotherhood and this comedy brotherhood, but he never seems to be in that. He always seems to just be doing his own thing, but I don't think he does it on purpose. I think it's just the way that he interacts with the world. But also, what the fuck do I know? I'm just sharing my experience. So, but I was glad that he came in. It was, that's the most I've ever talked to him by far. A lot of guys, you speak with them a decent amount. And then, he kind of just does his own thing. He just kind of does his own thing. But he's a funny man. And he's had some very unique experiences that many in the world will never have, baby. We got a couple calls that came in. I want to take a few. Let's get this hitter right here.
This is Jen from Houston, Texas.
Hey, Jen, thank you for calling. And thank you to everybody in Houston. I know last week I just talked about Brody a lot. And, man, it was a special time. I had a great time. Beautiful club. I'd go back. I would shoot a special there sometime or record an album. And I kind of wish that I had. But thank you guys so much. Onward.
I'm calling to let you know that my soon-to-be ex-dude and I were at the show on Saturday.
Oh, wow. So I hope I didn't say anything that just, hope y'all parted ways amicably, because I thought it was a good show.
And it was awesome. I mean, your hair, to see it in its full glory is just something to behold. Oh,
thank you. And that's how it is, that front. The front is really, I got that flower in the front, and I got that power in the back, baby. I got that sprout and I got that spout. You feel me? I got that reach and I got that teach in the back. So a lot of time I'll peek my head out and a fucking raccoon that you didn't even know had been living around your house, he'll fucking show up. Animals want to fuck when I take a hat off, animals want to fuck. But thank you for the compliment.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming back. We appreciate, everything that you do, and your show is amazing. I learn a lot, and I feel a lot. And, I'm the chick that gave you the Dean Martin roast of Michael Landon, so I hope you like it. Anyway, gang, gang.
Gang, gang, lovely. Yeah, I did get that. I don't have a DVD player at the moment. So I have some DVDs I'm still been meaning to watch. I got somebody sent me some photos from a wedding in December I got to watch. I want to watch, what else do I have? Saving Private Ryan's. And then I'm going to watch that roast of Michael Landon roast by Dean Martin that you gave me. And thank you. It's very sweet of you. And I do remember that. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. But thank you for that. As always, if you are dealing with something or want to share something or struggling with something, you can hit the hotline, 985-664-9503. This podcast is, sometimes it's, who knows what it is? It is what it is. So I'm not trying to put it in a box. I mean, fuck, I'm just happy